the international commissioner ñoom Mola ñu ngi fi ñoom Seydi Kane ñoom Jaga maa ngi leen di nuyu ak xale yëpp nuyu naa leen jërë ngeen jëf. ok Ousmane mu ngi doon wax naka la scouting xewee fim jaar bam aaga fim aaga tey duma sori bu baax si loolu waaye dama wax ne nit ñi suñ gisee scouting si biti dañoo foog ne léegi i soldaar yu ndaw leen ndax bi ma tij Pa Diouf Saint Augustine's Upper Basic am na parent bu ñëw ba si man ne ma ne man de suma doom mu ne dafa bëgg a nekk scout léegi nag man laajte naa waaye dañ ma wax ne ku nekk scout rek dañ dee nekk comme soldaar doo dee am beneen liggéey lu dul nekk soldaar ma ne ko ne papa mu ne ma ne naa ma ne ko ne soldaar yaa important na ma ne ko waaye dangaa gis ne tey scouting du soldaar yaa de musuta nekk yëfi soldaar yaa ma ne ko ne nag soo demee si parlement bi dinga fa am scouts ma ne ko man scout la man ba pare teacher la ma ne ko ne tamit soo demee si ministre yi maa si ñoom Angela Koli woon ñoom yëpp scouts leen ma ne ko ne ndax mus ngaa dégg ñooñu militaire soldaar leen mu ne ma ne déedéet ma ne ko ne scouting lu ko fi indi tey mooy dimbale xale yi nga gis ne ñu réalize seen potentiel si mun a xam ne man mun naa nekk carpenter bu baax mun naa nekk teacher bu baax mun naa nekk wéykat bu baax ndax am nañ music sax si scouting ñu ngi fi am Haruna nga xam ne musicien la loolu mooy profession am te ba léegi mu ngi nekk scout scouting dafa yar xale soo demee ba nekk scout dang dee nekk xale dang dee yaru bu baax ku la gis ci community bi dafa gis ne yow da nga utee ak yeneen xale yi scouting loolu la dee def ci xale dafa yaraate ba pare dafa tax yow nga xam munal sa boppa loo xam ne sa yeneen morom yi ñi nga xam ne nekkuñ scout dañ ko dee munal seen boppa jërë ngeen jëf.
jërëjëf.
Thank you. If I may come in there, Tijan, it is important for us to note that scouting is like an egg. You see, if you interpret the content of the egg by the outlook of the shell, you will be mistaken. You might think it is a solid. When actually, when you break the egg, you will find the silver lining and you will find the yolk inside, which are all different components and different elements that taste different. It is the same way in scouting. Those from outside, because of our symbolic background, that is the things we wear, it is a means to attract young people. You can only educate young people once you are able to attract them to come to you. If nobody is listening to this Bantaba program, the Bantaba will not educate anybody. Why? The reason why we are able to educate people through the Bantaba is because we are able to get the attention of the people through the fruitful programs that you are injecting into it, which is why people, even those that had not been following it initially, are now following it up. It is the same way in scouting. We have a rich youth program system. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be the right one sitting here. We have our communications and partnership commissioner who should have been the right person here. But I had been the first National Youth Program Commissioner, so I think I can speak a little on that area. In our youth program, when you enter into the movement, you are given a broad base and a general education, just like the primary school system, where everybody is exposed to everything that you need to know. You need to do your tenderfoot before you become a scout. That is the promise that we read at the opening. Before you become a scout, you need to read that promise. That promise reminds you for life about the things that you have taken as an individual to commit yourself to doing, right? Before you get to that, you go through an initiation phase. That initiation phase is the tenderfoot program. In it, you will learn health and hygiene, you will learn safety, you will learn traffic, you will learn first aid, you will learn about discipline in the home, in the school, and in the wider communities. How do you respond to adults, how you interact with people that are a little ahead of your age by status, by age, or whatever. Those you need to learn at that level. After that, That is the badge that they are showing there. It is the tenderfoot badge. After that, you need to go through a second class. The second class badge is a general education, but at a senior level. The tenderfoot we can associate with the primary school where you do everything. At the upper basic level, now they limit the number of subjects that you do. Then after that, after you've done that, you do your first class, we go into the proficiency badges. This is where individual scouts decide on their own what career path they want to follow. Why do we give career path to these scouts? It is because we don't want our young people to grow up with only book knowledge. We want to equip them with skills. Because according to educationists, they define education as the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes that one acquires in order to properly function within a given society or community. If you go to the farming community, even if you are PhD in biology, your PhD will not benefit you in the farm there, because there what you need is manual labor, knowing how to sow, the right time to sow, putting the right manure and when to put the seed, taking care of that seedling until it grows. So if you are in that community and that's where your survival is, that skill is what is relevant in that community, right? If you are in the middle of a river, I used to give a story to my trainees that the person that went and learned all the books in the world, sociology, biology, epistemology, all the logics he learned, found people at the bank of the river. When he came home, he'll ask, what have you learned? Do you know sociology? He said, no. He said, oh, my friend, very illiterate people. Then he was on that going round until eventually the canoe came and they were supposed to cross over to the mainland. Unfortunately, the canoe had a hole, so they used soap to glue it. And we know soap wears out once it is in water. They were, until they went deep into the river and the canoe, the soap could no longer hold the hole and water started coming. What skills or education do you need to survive at that instance?
Swimming.
You need to be able to swim. These women and men that he was calling illiterate that do not have any form of education all jumped into the river and they were swimming to the bank. All he could do was to carry the hand and start crying. Then one young boy looked at him and said, hey, Mr. Professor, he said, do you know swimology? It is time for swimology. So that is why when we look at education, we take it wholesome. In our youth program, this is what we include there, that young people decide a career path so that without their formal education,